Okay. So welcome everyone to our first event of the year, actually. This is, we're just getting started. Our first week back, everyone was quite busy. So our events are getting started. If this is your first time in one of Ecom Connect's events, welcome to the community. My name is Jennifer. I am the community manager. We're super happy to have you here. We'll be sending you some links after to make sure that you actually join the community if you want to come connect with us on the other side. Just make sure that your microphone is muted just so that we don't have any interference during the interview. And we are going to get started with our super special guest, Prashant. Prashant, welcome to the session today.
Thank you so much, Jen, for having me here.
Thank you. I'm really excited. So, I know a lot about your business because I had the privilege of working with you, and you have also become a really good friend. So I'm really excited to highlight your company today, Unsung Digital, and share the really unique journey that you guys took to build this really successful business, which is really the opposite of what a lot of people are doing these days, which is more like outputting on digital media, digital marketing, which is really wonderful as well. But I think that there is a lot of wisdom and value in your approach, which is really much more of the human connection. So let's just start with, tell us a little bit what inspired you to start your company, Unsung Digital, and kind of where that whole journey began.
Okay, so in 2015, I was doing I was project manager at one IT firm. So that firm was like second branch. Okay, so the main branch was in another city, and our branch was in like different city. So our branch had left that firm, and whole control of our branch went to the main office. So they were not treating us the same way our previous branch had used to do. And culture was something, it went like, it was like toxic culture. It's not like every day you get up and want to go to office. So, and it felt like there wasn't like sense of self-respect. So this continued for like more than a month. And while I was doing job, at the same time, I was also doing like freelancing in my after office hours. So in June 2015, there was like this point there. At that time, I felt that now enough is enough. I don't want to work for this firm, and I would like to start my own journey. If I'm going to get failed, then again I will join 9 to 5. And if I'm to get succeed through it, then I will continue that journey. And when I joined the corporate world, at that time also, I was clear that I'm not going to work for 9 to 5 for someone else for my entire life. At some point, I will after I will learn business basics and everything, at one point in time, I will take risk and start my own journey. So that time came, and me along with my current business partner, so we were both colleagues. So we left the job and started this journey together.
I love that. I love that you had a fail plan. I think that's really, it's really good as entrepreneurs to have this idea of like, the worst case scenario, I go back temporarily to a 9 to 5 job. And I think when we create like a temporary fail plan, it gives us a little bit more confidence to take more risks. So I really love that. And the other thing that I love, and we're going to go into that in a moment, is how your experience in the company when everything shifted, and how essentially all of your values didn't match up anymore with the companies in terms of respect and just how to take care of human beings inspired you to create your own culture. So tell us a little bit about what a healthy culture looks like and feels like to you, because I know that that's really important for you, not only with your team, but also with your clients. So can you tell me a little bit about just your values there and what inspires you every day?
Okay. So say, since day one, like me and my business partner had some principles that no matter what it takes, we are going to run our business over this principle. So first is trust. So like whenever we start work with a new client, okay, so we are always like transparent about our capabilities because they trust us with their time and money. Okay, so it's not like if they are trusting you, then you just blindly say yes to everything they want. I mean, if it's something that we can deliver 100%, then only I say yes to that client. If it's something that even we are able to deliver like 95%, then I honestly say that no, you have put trust on us, that is fine, but this is something we can't handle. So, like before saying yes to anyone, it's not like if they have came to us, then we are going to work on that project. If it's something that we are not comfortable or we are not 100% sure to deliver, then I like honestly tell them about our capabilities. Then comes communications. So, like when you work remotely with the people, communication is key.
Mm.
So I always fully express myself as well as encourage clients to express themselves. So I just make sure that we are communicating clearly as much as we both can. I mean, from their side as well as our side. So what happens that when you clearly communicates everything, then there are chances that the project that we are working on together will be like super smooth. You won't feel like burden from either side.
Mm.
Then, as I said earlier, like trust and transparency. So we as a team have our limitations. I mean, we only know particular skills. So we have particular skill set. So if there's anything involved outside of that particular skill set, and if it's something that needs us more time to learn that thing, and if it's not feasible, I mean, if client wants something really urgent, and if we don't have time to learn those new skills, then I immediately say to them that whatever you are asking, we only can handle this much, but this is something we haven't worked on yet. So we are not good fit for
Mhm.
your this project. So like they always appreciate the transparency because we have had some clients like who already came to us after like miscommunications or like half projects done with someone else. So always like being transparent is also our one of our key principle. Then comes quality. So we have like particular set of standards that we follow for every client, whether you are coming to us for one project or whether you are working with us since so many years as a retainer or like long-term client. Like we follow the same quality standard for all of our clients. So we like treat all our clients equally. It if you pay $1,000 or if you pay $10,000, it doesn't matter. For us, like all the clients are equal and all the clients get the same quality work.
Yeah. There's so many important things in what you just said. And I actually remember when we worked together, how impeccable your work was. And I remember sometimes asking you for projects and you would like say, I'm sorry, Jen, but no, we can't do this. Or I'm sorry, Jen, this is not, it's like you always make sure to keep those really high standards and all the things that you said today. So, the trust, the communication, the transparency, I think those are the key elements that have led to the deep level of trust that your clients have in you and the high level of quality that you deliver to clients all of the time. And I think sometimes when we're running a business, we're so focused on the revenue and the profit piece that we forget to put the other more important core values first, which then create profit and revenue, right? But if you put the revenue piece first and you just take on clients because you need to take on clients, you lose the quality and the trust, like you said. So I think that's really, really wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit? I want to go a little bit deeper in this trust thing, because there's so many things that you guys do in your business that are really different from what I've seen in entrepreneurs a lot. And I want to talk about the risk you take in order to create high level of trust with your clients. So you were telling me last time that you never charge your clients in advance. So you take a huge risk in showing them that you are there to serve them and to deliver something of high quality. And you take the risk because essentially we never know, right? But I think when you do that, it immediately creates this relaxation and sense of trust. So can you tell us a little bit about your theory or philosophy around that?
Okay. So say, like we have this principle that we never take like any upfront payment, nothing at all, not like even 10%. Okay. So like the reason behind our this principle is like, we know like if you are coming to us, what you are asking, we know that we can deliver it with 100% satisfaction the way you want. Okay. So we are confident in our skill set. We are confident in what we are going to deliver. And we know that after we deliver that project to client, the client will be super happy with the work they will get. And definitely, I mean, they are going to pay, because all our clients who are coming to us, like mostly are coming from referral. So for example, like we have worked with one person, so their friend or their colleague see their website or their designs, and they ask them that who did it. So they tell them about ourselves. Okay, so that people at Unsung Digital worked on this project. And you know, like when you go with this approach, it's super risky, like working for anyone without taking any money, because you know, like we have employee to pay. Okay, it's not like if the client is not going to pay, then it's not like that I will tell my employee that hey, this client hasn't paid us for this project, so I can't pay your salary. So it's like total risk on us, okay, as a business owner. But you know, like in this last 6 years of business, like we only had like this one bad experience, and it can happen in any business. Okay, whether it's online world or whether it's brick and mortar, this kind of things happen. But we haven't like changed our principle, because like whoever is coming to us, we do this because we have confidence in our capabilities as a team, and we trust them that you just work with us. And I also tell them that if you don't like our work, then please be honest at the end and just tell me that, Prashant, this design is not something I love it, and this is I'm not going to use it. So in that case, I just don't bill them for that project, no matter like how much time we have spent, because we believe that if you are not going to use our end product in your business, then it's like I mean, you should not waste your money on it. So even if they insist, we say that no, I mean, please respect my wish, and like don't pay for the project that you are not going to use.
Right. And I think, one of the things that allows us to take these kinds of risks in business is setting a really solid foundation to take those risks. And for you guys, the solid foundation that you created that allows you to take this risk on clients is everything you said before about like ensuring honesty and transparency and really clear communications and really clear expectations. So the stage is already set, like everything is really clear from the start. Therefore, even though you're taking this big risk to work on the whole project before a client pays you, there's a really good chance that it's all going to align at the end because everything was so clear. And I really love also how you create space, or you hold space for your clients to be able to really share anything and be able to speak honestly, with you about the work and what something that might not be working. There's a huge human relations aspects here that I think you guys have really nailed down. And it's really reflecting in the success of your business, which I just want to highlight. I know we said it in the promo, but you guys have built this business. It's been 6 years now without a website, without social media, only through, and I remember asking you so many times before, I'm like, Prashant, where is your website? And you guys didn't have, like, I know you guys have a landing page up now, but it's just to show that at the end of the day, what's most important is people and how we treat each other and how we build trust with our clients. So, and I also think that the way in which you guys set up your business that now runs through referrals actually allows you guys to be hustling way less. Like, you're working really hard on delivering, your service, but there's not so much hustling in the marketing and the finding clients. That kind of just happens organically because of these really solid values you set into place.
Yeah. Sorry. So, the landing page we have up and running right now, I mean, it's also like, I think around it's up and running since last 6 months. So before that, we even didn't have that. So many of my friends asked me, like, what you do? I mean, where is your website? You are doing website for other people. You are building funnels for other people, but where is your own website? So we have like always this thing in mind that, I mean, instead of like spending time building if we will like deliver the quality work to our clients, then and if we will focus on building relationships, then business is always going to follow. And so far, I mean, since last 6 years, this is like very true. I mean, whatever our initial thought was, like, it is true. I mean, like, we are most of the time we get like fully booked all the time through referrals. So the landing page is there, and like, it's not like that we are not going to build our website at all. It's not like that. But whenever like we will get time, or whenever we will have like some strategy for website, definitely we are going to build it. But as of now, like this is what we are sticking to, and would like to move forward with.
Yeah, this is a really good point. Actually, it's bringing me back to something I wanted to mention is how your strategy seems to be very much focused on your clients and not you. So it's really, I can tell that it's not, this whole thing is not about you. It's really about your clients, because I know that without saying any names, I know you've built websites for really, really big brands, really famous people. And you guys, you never mention that, you stay very humble. And so I think, a lot of people are looking at like influencer marketing and stuff like that these days, which I think can be really, really powerful as well. But I just want to mention that you don't need to have influencers or people necessarily, who are super famous shouting out about your work if you're really taking the time to take care of those, like, one client at a time. So let's go back to the beginning of your journey and talk about your first client that you signed. And how was that experience with your first client? And how did you start to really implement or discover these values that you wanted your company to have? And then how did the first referrals start from there?
Okay. So it's like really, I mean, really long journey about how it started. And also, like, first client was like, as I mentioned, that I was at the job, we were doing like freelancing in like our extra time. So like I was active on Fiverr, then Elance. So now it's Upwork, but it's used to be Elance at that time. So like we got this one client from Florida. So she started like requesting designing things from us. So like at that time, like Facebook and all, uh, the Facebook ads advertising and all wasn't like at that scale at that time. So she was like coming from like brick and mortar business to online business in coaching space. So we started like doing Facebook covers, Facebook post designs, and stuff like that. Then some landing pages and all. So she was like our first client. Then the copywriter on her team. So she reached out to me that, Prashant, are you taking on new clients? If yes, I would like you to design my website because I mean, like after working together on our client's team for like couple of months, she was copywriter. So obviously uh, she used to see like all the designs, all the pages that goes out from our team to the client and all. So she was like impressed with our work, and she and I had like really good relationship. So like I always love human to human connection. It's for me, it's not like just selling your services to the client on other end. Okay, I am always all about like building relationships. So she reached out to me. Then we designed and built her website. And then after her website was launched, a couple of the people who she was like doing copywriting for asked that person that who designed and built your website. So she referred us to them. So like it's like chain reaction. So then people like who used to work with us, like whenever someone else asks them that who you are working with, then they just do an intro or email or like Facebook, and they just get us connected, and then they tell that now from now on, like you two can take from here. So they just connect us and then leave that conversation. Okay, and then whoever the new client is, like just came to us through referral. So then we just like take care of their needs. And so uh, this went on, and like I'm always feeling blessed that how, what our journey is, because to be honest, like without even any presence on any social media, without even having your own website, it's not like you can't like survive till this time. I mean, it's not easy, but like as I said earlier, that we have always focused on building relationships and delivering quality work, and uh, like rest is history.
Yeah, and I think it's really interesting and really important to remember how important it is to place ourselves where we're really at our best in our business. And I know that you love connecting and you love taking care of the people and the clients. And you were saying the other day that even as the business grows, for as long as possible, you want to stay in that role where you are client facing. And you were also talking the other day about how important it was to make communications with your clients really easy, so they always have access to you, whether it's through Facebook Messenger or Slack or wherever that is. To have that really direct connection to you all the time is really important.
Yes.
Yeah.
And see, like uh, like some people have these rules that outside email they are not going to answer, no matter what time it is, or no matter what it is. Okay, so see, uh, I mean, we have always this rule that whatever is easy for client. I mean, like sometimes you don't like frequently check your email. So sometimes even if you have like just like one immediate thing to ask for. So I have always informed client that you can like, if you are in emergency, then you can like always quickly message me on Messenger, because like it is very easy versus sending email. So if someone is going to message me on Messenger, then it means that they need something urgent. So like I have always encouraged them to choose the way to communicate, whichever is easy and more convenient to them. It's not like you have to like tell everything over email or anything like that. So like I have always given more preference to their convenience. Again, whichever way they are more comfortable, I have always encouraged them to follow that way. You are mute, Jen. Your microphone is mute.
All right. My dog was walking around. I said, yes, everyone, if you have questions or comments, put them in the chat and we're going to get to them near the end. We're going to keep some time for some Q&A. So yes, I think, I noticed that this core value that you have about quality is infused into everything you do, because I remember we were talking about business growth the other day. And I was asking you, what do you feel is your next step for business growth? And you mentioned two things that were really interesting. One is that, you were not actively promoting the business just yet because you don't want a huge influx coming in all at once, because you don't have the foundation for that really rapid growth, and you don't want to lose the quality in the work that you're putting out. And you also mentioned, even with your team, how important it is, like that everyone needs to kind of fit into this really high standard if to work within Unsung Digital.
Yes, absolutely. So it's like, whatever resources we have at the present, we only like take that much amount of work. It's not like if people are like coming to us, then we just say yes to everyone and just deliver like below standard work. So we don't compromise with our standards. And again, like it's not like we can like let everyone join our team. If they are meeting like particular criteria, then only like we say yes to them. And if we think that if they will like work on this stuff, and if they will be able to deliver the way we deliver, like they will be able to meet our standards, then only like we let them join our team. So we can't compromise on any of this.
Sorry, I muted again. I was listening to a podcast the other day from Seth Godin, who's like a marketing genius, and he was talking about how essentially your brand is the promise that you make to other people, right? And I think you guys are really you're not only making a promise, but you're really honoring the promise that you make to people. So I think that's really great. I want to ask you a few more things before we go to questions. Okay, let's talk about the name of your company, which is also quite recent, right? You guys were even functioning as a really successful business without even having an official name for a very long time.
Yes, just a minute.
Yes.
Let me just like share the link to our portfolio, and then
Sure.
I will let you.
Sure.
Okay, so see, officially we named our company at beginning of like 2021, in January 2021. So we operated like without name for 5 years. So like there's like interesting story. So most of the time we work like behind the scenes. So what matters to us is like the impact we are creating through our work. Okay, no matter, I mean, if people know us or not, it doesn't matter. I mean, I know that whatever work we have done so far, how much impact it has created. So, like uh, the mode of our operation was like most of the time like behind the scenes.
Mm.
So for a long time, like we didn't have any name, and then like we decided that finally let's register our name and let I mean, people know, let us people know by our official name. So, and like when you are in online space, you have to like buy a domain for whatever business, I mean, name you are choosing. So, like most of the single word domains are already bought. Like if you want to name yourself like fantastic, then if you will go for fantastic.com, then it is either in use or it's already purchased by someone else and they are selling it for like $50,000 or $60,000, etc.
Yeah.
So we hired like one agency. We said our story with them that we have operated this way so far, and now we would like to incorporate our identity.
Mm.
So they like brainstormed and they came up with a couple of ideas, and then they suggested this name that how about Unsung Digital, because you are in digital space, and Unsung means like you work behind the scenes. So people maybe people don't know you, but like your work roar itself and it speaks for itself. So we I mean, me and my partner, we really loved that name, and it was like, yes, Unsung Digital. So we we loved that name so much, so I immediately bought the domain, and that's it. I mean, and it relates to how our journey started, how we operated in the business. So like I mean, it was the name like we are looking for. So yes, so that's how we named ourselves Unsung Digital.
Yeah. It's incredible how consistent your brand values are throughout every single action you take, decision you make. It's really inspiring. And I also love just the irony of, like we were talking about the other day, the unsung hero, the unknown hero. It's like you guys are
Yes.
really you're really okay with being the unknown heroes or the unknown business owners that are making an impact. And I think that it's definitely something that all of us need to be focusing more on is impact than our own success, because success just comes when we focus on impact and actually serving other people. Success comes along after, and it kind of just grows on its own after. So I know that after our pre-interview, I ended our interview and I was like, oh my God, there's so many things I want to change about my business now.
Yeah.
So it was very inspiring. Yeah. Is there
Thank you so much.
anything, what has been maybe your biggest challenge so far as an entrepreneur, since you began?
See, at the beginning, like all our clients at the moment are from the United States. Okay, so at the beginning, like we are in completely different time zones. Okay, so it's almost like while we are working, they are sleeping, and vice versa. So earlier when we started, the biggest challenge was the communication. So for first year, it was like I mean, establishing relationship, understanding the business and everything. So we have to work in real time with them. I mean, the US working hours. So for first year of the business, we used to work like from, I mean, 9 a.m. in the morning till like 1 a.m. in the night, because, like our client from the USA comes online around like 8 p.m. our time, which is like morning time there. So it was initial challenge. Then after we had like good communications and everything was established, then later on, like we work in our time zone, and like they send us everything in their time zone. And like sometimes when there are events, like if one of our client has like a live event, like 2-day live event, 3-day live event. So like whenever there are events, there is always like last moment things that needs to be taken care of. So in those instances, still we like used to work late. I mean, we always make ourselves available. It's not like if it's like evening here, then we won't do work for you, because they are trusting us that we will be there for them whenever they are in need. So earlier, I mean, during first year of our business, it was like so challenging, because you work from early morning till late in the night. So like it drains your energy, and it's really challenging. But like all the hard work, all the sacrifices we have made during those time, I mean, we are getting fruits of our labor.
Right. And I think those challenging times also are what allowed you to create really good systems that now allow you to work in very different, like literally opposite time zones, and still have things functioning really, really well. So I think that's really wonderful. I feel like I could talk to you about this all day, but I'm going to open up the Q&A room to see if anybody has any questions, and we can just have a conversation with everybody. I'm just going to take a peek at the chat. Also, just to let everybody know, the recording of this is going to be in Ecom Connect if ever you want to go re-listen to it. So we will put the link. Maybe, I don't know if Elvira is still here, but Elvira, if you can put the link to Ecom Connect in the chat, so that if you are not yet in the community, if you want to join, you'll be able to go access this recording. So let me just go through the chat here to see. Manish says, hi, I just checked the website. It's just a contact form. Super happy to see you here, Prashant. Yes, the website right now, their website is just a contact form. It's as simple as that. Okay, Salam says, very impressive values. Would you be happy to share a couple of your work? Okay, you put the link there already, Prashant. That's really good. Okay, fantastic. Thanks, Elvira, for the link. Does anybody have any questions? You can put it in the chat, or you can just unmute yourself and we can just have a conversation. Don't be shy. It always takes a few minutes for people to. Yes, thanks, Elvira. Is there any other questions besides what went through in the chat? I know one of the things that really stood out to me when we were talking in our pre-interview was how you were talking about how you won't even compromise a client, even if another client shows up and they want to pay you more for an urgent last minute thing, that you like, you won't compromise another client who's paying you less in order to make more money from a client who wants to do something urgent.
Yes.
Yeah, there's you have definitely a really good tolerance for risk in business.
Yes, and like, I mean, at the end of the day, these are the things. I mean, if like if I will delay the project of the client who is paying us less, for the client who is in urgent need, and if they are like paying 3 times or 4 times the amount that our other client is paying, they won't know it. I mean, if we will delay their project by this way, but like at end of the day, when you like look yourself in the mirror, you should not have like, you should not feel any guilty. So at end of the day, what matters the most to us is like self-satisfaction. I mean, it's not like as a business owner or as a person, we also like should feel that whatever our principles are, whatever we are doing, we are happy with it.
Yeah, Absolutely. Yes, Salam, and you feel free to, oh, you are unmuted. Go ahead.
Hi, just a quick one. So what's the specialization, Prashant? Did you use open source backend for content management? What kind of websites do you normally focus on?
Okay, so say the websites we built on are in WordPress, then Squarespace, and then other than website, most of the time we work on funnels. So the platforms we use are FG funnels, ClickFunnels, Kartra, Kajabi, Lead Pages, etc.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you guys have a particular way of doing this also, Prashant, from what I remember, is that you initially don't build the first draft in the system, right? You initially design it.
Yes.
And then you design it, you send the client the design, which is, I'm not sure where you guys design that, and then you implement it into the system, which is WordPress, ClickFunnels, or whatever.
Yes. So like we have this particular way of doing work. So if it's website, we first of all we design all the pages. Like we design it in Photoshop. So then once all the designs are finalized from client side, then only we start building it in, whether it's WordPress. If it's website, then we do it in WordPress. If it's funnel, then we build it in a relevant platform. I mean, the platform which client has their account on.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that in a sense, I don't even know if you ever even thought about this. Probably not, because it's not where it's like not how your brain functions, I feel, but I feel like in a sense, this is also a good way for you guys to protect your designs, because, you know, you can design it on your end first, and then only when it's approved does it go into the system, right? So
yes.
Yes. Yes, Advita, I will make Chris co-host. Is there any other questions? Do we feel complete?
I'm sorry, Prashant, I came late, but I'll rewatch the recording later and get back to you, because Jen has been speaking like very, very well about you, and I think you have a great story. So happy to watch that later. I'm sorry again for the delay.
It's okay.
No problem. It's okay.
Yes. Yes, I've been raving about our pre-interview. It was so much fun. Well, if there's no other questions, we will tie up the interview now. Feel free to connect with Prashant also on LinkedIn. We have his LinkedIn link in the event. I'm actually going to put the direct link to the event in the chat also, so that you can grab the recording and the links to connect with Prashant if ever you do need. So after an event in Ecom Connect, we always put the recording in the event description, which once the event is over, you'll see in past events. And then we also put the event recording in the Learn section under video tutorials. So there's two places you can find it. And just thank you again so much, Prashant, for being with us. I know it's very late where you are right now, so thank you for staying up for us. It was just really nice and inspiring to hear about your story again. And yeah, I look forward to working with you also myself in the near future, if there's room for me, if there's room left.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, absolutely. If there won't be any room, then we will make one for you. Please don't worry.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for having me here. And it's really wonderful. I mean, it's always wonderful speaking with you and all the other people on this call.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a really good after or end of day, everybody. And our next event is the Coffee and Connect. So if you just want to come and hang out with us and connect and chat and share resources, that is next week. And you can find the information in the community. So have a really good day.
Bye.
Okay. Bye, everyone.